Welcome to Home Organizing for Beginners. I'm Tammy, your home organizing educator. In each episode, I share a microscopic home organizing topic. That just means it's something you can implement today from start to finish if you so choose. Today's microscopic home organizing topic is how to organize the new things that you receive or buy. I'm sure you've heard the saying, a place for everything and everything in its place, right? Now, that would certainly be ideal, wouldn't it? Having that kind of a goal and really having a place for everything that we own. So, we've just come out of the holiday season, and if you're like me, you have gifts you've received that simply do not have a home. My husband got me a new crock pot, which was very much needed. So, we have this old crock pot, and I kind of broke the little rubber leg off of it so it sits kittywampus. And I thought, well, we'll just throw it away. We'll put the new one in the spot where I currently store the old one. But my husband, he's thinking we should maybe hang on to the old one because we do entertain periodically, and it would be kind of nice to have two crock pots sometimes. But this is the challenge we're going to tackle today, okay? So whether it's a kitchen appliance, clothing, or toys, these new items that you received, you're going to have to figure out what you want to do with them and where to store them. So you want to be set up for lasting home organizing solutions, right? In order to make that happen, you'll have to do something different than you've done before or what society tells us. Instead of letting the new things clutter up your spaces like they probably are right now, you can follow a simple process to find the best home for each item. In this episode, you'll learn how to find a place for every new gift your family received, or even throughout the year as you buy new items. So let's dive in. How to find a home for everything. First, you're going to ask yourself this question: does the item replace something you already have, or is it a completely new item being added to what you already have? So we're going to go down two different paths. If it's replacing an existing item, we're going to follow one path. If it's adding an item into your home, we're going to follow another path. So let's focus on a replacement, a direct replacement. So in my example of the crock pot, if I could throw the old one away, it would go right into the other home. So that sounds super simple, but you have to decide what to do with the old item. You're going to determine the disposition of the old item. So if it's replacing that other thing that you already have, then you're going to decide if you're going to sell the old one, donate it, or throw away. So sell, donate, and throw away, these are what I like to call sort categories. And when you're organizing any space in your home, you have to sort through what's already there, right? And you have to make decisions on it. To help you through this process, I have a free home organizing checklist that you can download right now when you go to www.homeorganizingforbeginners.com. In the checklist, I share a few more sort categories with you that really could be a game changer for you, as they have been for so many. The checklist also elaborates on the strategies needed to stay organized, because there is literally nothing worse than being on that hamster wheel of home organizing where you're organizing the same spaces over and over and over again because what you put in place just doesn't stick for whatever reason. Again, you can download your free home organizing checklist at homeorganizingforbeginners.com. So once you've decided what you're going to do with the item, then you take action. If you're going to donate it, where are you donating it to? I have a specific place that I take all of the stuff we're going to donate. Once I figured that out and how that place worked, oh my gosh, it was such a relief. If you're going to sell it, how are you going to sell it? Is it going to be Facebook Marketplace or a garage sale? How are you going to sell it? And you're going to have to make that decision. And ultimately, if you can just throw it away, right? That's the easiest of all of them. Okay, so if you're replacing it, you have to decide what you're going to do with the old item and then take that action. If you're adding to the group, right? So now we're going to have two crock pots. What am I going to do with it? So you're going to decide based on functionality. So, where is the item used? What area of your home? Is it in the kitchen, the bathroom, the kids' bedroom? I recommend focusing on the function of the item in order to determine the best spot for it. When you focus on the functionality, you focus on how you use the item, how often you use the item. You wonder or consider if other people need access to the item as well. So these are all things that help you think logically through what or how to store the item. You're also going to consider the weight of it. Is it light enough you can put it up high? But if you use it frequently, you don't want to put it up high. You want to have it in a main access point. But if it's heavy and infrequently used, you might still want to have it down low. We actually have an ice cream machine and it is pretty heavy. I do not make ice cream that often, but it's stored on a shelf where I can access it fairly easily because of its weight. So, does that make sense? You need to focus on that functionality while you're considering where to put it. Okay, so once you think through those things, you can take a look in that area and decide, are there other things that you know you're just going to get rid of? You know you're going to throw them away. You know you're going to donate them because that's going to quickly open up some space. And if you can throw them away right away, and then you have that space opened up. Now, this is a little bit harder than just doing a one for one replacement, but it's okay. You can do this. You can handle this. Do a little bit of rearranging and make room for that new item in a functional spot. When you really take a little bit of time to think through that functionality for each individual item, where and how it's used, your organizing or storage strategy really just becomes more clear. You really gain that clarity that you need. That's what I have for you today. I hope you have a fun and productive weekend. I'll be back here next week sharing tangible and simple instructions about home organizing, cleaning, and time management. I'll see you then. Thanks for listening to Home Organizing for Beginners. Are you to the point where you just want someone to come into your home to get it clean and organized? I get it. Daily life so easily has us feeling like we're running around like chickens with their heads cut off, right? What if you could learn how to clean and organize your home in a truly effective and lasting way? Is that something you would be interested in? In the online course, Home Organizing for Beginners, that is exactly what I teach you. It's so important when cleaning and organizing your home to consider how you and your family live life each day. It's a must in order to set yourself up for success with a home that you can whip back into shape anytime life gets out of control. Because it's guaranteed that life will get out of control, right? So, home organizing for beginners will give you confidence in your ability to organize your home. It's going to allow your newfound confidence to show your kids that they can be organized too, even though they're going to fight you every step of the way. Home Organizing for Beginners gives you foolproof steps to creating a clean and organized home that you will be proud to welcome others into whenever they stop by unannounced. It also gives you time to spend how you choose. For me, that extra time has been spent studying the Bible, it's spent praying, and this has helped me bring true peace and joy into our home. To learn more, go to homeorganizingforbeginners.com.